Hello and welcome to the fun-filled nonsense retrospective. I'm your host as always, Rick, and joining me equally as always is Devon.
Hello.
Yeah, if you hear some weird noises, it's because I have the good old hay fever. We've got high pollen, and I'm going to try to get rid of all the shitty noises, but I can't be absolutely sure of it. Yes, we're continuing our dive into Dragon Age 2. We chatted about it at short length very early on in the podcast days, but we're doing our shallowish, mediumish, deepish dive now. We're now on to Act 2.
Yeah, separating Dragon Age 2 into the acts seemed like the most simple and natural way to actually break up this deep dive. So yeah, as Rick says, we're on Act 2. If you missed Act 1, we actually broke it up into two parts. We had the quote-unquote prologue, where we spoke about the prologue and some general character recruitment as well, and then part 2 was technically Act 1 proper, where we skipped all the character recruitment because we did it already and just did the plot. So yeah, here we are. There's two really main overarching story beats going on in Act 2 for Dragon Age 2. I think Rick will agree, and those two overarching plots are the weird serial killer and the Kunari. We also of course have some friendship quests to deal with, but that's definitely side stuff that you can skip, but it's Dragon Age, why would you?
Yeah, everything is true that's been said. The weird serial killer, it feels like a side quest until it gets revealed that it's not.
It's so weird, right? Because until it happened, the moment happens, it's like, it just feels like another side thing of just like, yeah, no, you're dealing with this because, by the way, you're now in high society. That's your benefit for completing the dive into the deep roads. You managed to climb your way out of poverty. So you're a person of some standing. So that now means people come to you with their problems, which is a bit of a slap in the face, isn't it, Rick? Because you go to the upper crust with your problems in Act 1 when you're a nobody and nobody fucking helps you.
Yeah. It's what comes with being the player character. The act opens with going to your house.
Yes, it's a mansion. It's your family mansion, which I think we actually neglected to speak about this because it was it's kind of such a non-quest because it takes like 2 seconds. Where one of your side quests in the first act is to break into your old family mansion and basically kill a bunch of squatters.
Yeah, now it's been done up. Bodon, Fennec, and Sandal now move in with you as your house Carl, essentially. Just so you got easy access to them, and because everyone loves Sandal.
I would love Sandal a hell of a lot more if they ever bothered to explain him, but they just don't, and it's like, it's infuriating because it feels like there's meant to be a big reveal there, but they never bother revealing it. And yeah, it's a little bit funny every time you encounter him. It's like, boom, not boom. I'm the first magic dwarf, but we're going to focus on Dagner.
Yeah. We're going to focus on Dagner and then Scout Harding.
I don't want to talk about that. That's... Yeah. Oh my god, that was such a poorly executed plot point that I forgot. I forgot that, yes, you're technically correct.
Yeah, it's so weird. Dagner would have been such a better character for that.
But they needed to have Harding be a main character to be a main love interest because they teased it so hard. But Velgard is going to be such a miserable conversation.
Yeah, Scout Harding gets deleted and replaced by an entirely different character.
And I wouldn't have minded it so much if there was any hint of it at all in Inquisition, which there wasn't, even though there was a DLC that dealt with the thing. Anyway.
Yeah. And also, you know, like you got to go on a date with Harding apparently as well. So
yes, but no, it was a friend date. It was annoying.
Yeah,
but also by that point in the game, I was already locked in because of course I am. Cassandra is right there.
Oh yes, like if you're not locked in during the regular main story, then I got news for you. You're emotionally stunted if you don't like any of these characters. But yes, we move in. Bodon and Sandal moved in. It gets renamed from the Amel estate to the Hawke estate.
Yeah, fuck you, Gamlin.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not saying I don't appreciate Gamlen's little storage locker that we used to sleep in, but this is nicer.
Listen, it's heavily implied, if not outright stated, that the only reason Gamlin can live comfortably once you're in the city is because he takes a big old chunk of your paycheck.
He do.
The only reason why he's not doing that while you're saving up for the expedition is because this expedition will pay for everything if we can do it. So I think he backs off momentarily.
Yeah. Prime suspect Suspect and Offered and Lost are serial killer quests.
Yeah, and Prime Suspect is... do you want to just start with Prime Suspect? Because I think it has one of the more interesting outcomes, depending on what you choose to do.
Yeah, so it starts out with the first sacrifice, doesn't it? But yeah, Prime Suspect is the one... you find home, you talk to Aveline, and she goes, keep Emmerich quiet. There's a bunch of young women who have been going missing.
Just to point out as well, at this point, Aveline is captain of the guard, isn't she?
Yeah, she's ascended to guard captain because there's been a little bit of a time skip.
And again, this is something we kind of glossed over in the first act. One of the side quests in the first act is, oh, by the way, the current captain of the guard is bent and we're going to fuck him up.
Yeah, so you do. You go and find a guy called Dupuis.
Yes, he is a mage, isn't he?
Yeah, his house is full of shades.
Yes, although you get told by the guy that you get sent to see by Aveline that they already searched his house and they couldn't find shit.
Yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah, sounds like he's been doing blood magic and has modified their memories to make them fuck off.
Well, he's also rich. It could be a lot simpler than that, but yeah, blood magic is definitely on the table.
Yeah, he's got all these shades around his house. If you try to let him go, Aveline and Isabella both hate that.
Yeah, rightly so. However, if you let him go, you get to skip about 50% of the quest later on.
Yeah, and if you don't believe him, then he summons more shades for you.
One of my favourite things as well is Varric just being a shitter, because if you when you confront Gascard, he's hovering above a woman who is absolutely scared shitless, and Gascard insists that he's got a very good explanation for this, and it's not what it looks like. And one of the options you can pick is something along the lines of, "Oh, this will be good. Go on." And Varric just immediately just goes, "Yep, I also want to hear what fucking legendary excuse you can come up with." No, you should definitely not let him go. But
No.
I did do it once in one playthrough because I was like, let's see where this goes. And he was helpful.
Yeah.
But it still ends the same way. Spoiler for 20 minutes time.
Yeah. You can kill him right here.
And you should.
Yep. If you don't, then you get to meet Templar Moira. Well, you get to meet Templar Moira anyway. She gets to she replaces what was it? Emmerin, was it?
I can't remember the Templar's name.
Yeah, Emmerich, the one that keeps bugging the one that keeps bugging Aveline about it. Yeah, she's standing where he was standing, and you get to tell her that either, oh yeah, well let him go, or oh yeah, kill him.
Yeah.
If he's alive, then she goes, oh yeah, Knight Commander Meredith is going to want him captured.
Yeah, because he's a fucking mage that's not registered.
Yeah, and here's the problem that they're looking for they're looking for a serial killer, but they don't know that yet. And throwing this guy under the bus, whether you've killed him or not, actually works against you, because it's just one of many weird people doing weird things in a town that's going to shit.
Well, it's also an annoying one, isn't it? Because they need the guards to stop investigating this. When I say I mean the story, the plot needs the investigation to stop. So actually, I don't think you have a choice in this. Either you kill Gascard or you don't, and either way, the guard just goes, well, it was clearly that fucker.
Yeah. They found their convenient perp.
Yeah, it's much like real life cops.
Yeah. But yeah, that leads to the inside job.
The inside job?
Yeah, the inside job is Traitor Sabin.
I don't have any recollection of this at all, so you're going to have to take the lead.
It's okay. It's just a secondary quest. Technically, the only thing you need to do before this is the Bone Pit,
which you would have unlocked in Act 1.
Late Act 1.
Oh, yeah, because you become a part owner of this, and it all goes fucking tits up, because legally obligated for Hawke to be a shitter.
Yep. Yeah, Hawke needs to be a landlord and a property owner, and basically just a general town lord in general, just because it then makes it more of a big deal when they do the right thing towards the end of the game and side with one side or the other, and then have to go missing because they weren't ready to do genocide on the rest of the town.
Gotch.
But yeah, you can kill the guy who's the traitor, you can propose to send him to prison, or you can just let him go.
Yeah, I don't think you should just let him go.
No.
But I do. Now I remember this as well, because again, there's a lot of stuff we just sort of glossed over with Act 1, because a lot of it is like, oh, this is boring, but unfortunately it's biting us in the arse a bit, because you need to have done it for a bit of context. I do remember the opening of this quest, because you can threaten to have your Mabari bite his balls off if you have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can either be the good cop or the bad cop to Dickhead McGee from the Bone Pit.
Yeah. And yeah, you eventually go back down to Darktown and find the corpse of the guy who was punching him, apparently. This is where you actually start finding out more about the Coterie as well.
Yeah, it's such a nothing organisation that I can't remember anything about them.
Yeah, it's just it's just like a thieves' assassins guild.
Well, yeah, no, I got that. I'm just saying they're just so nothing that it doesn't matter. The generic bad guy, letter C.
Yeah, I forgot about them completely until reading their name again today.
Well, they're no Carter.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're Timu the Carter.
They're the Carter, but on the surface, which means they're crap.
Wait, I said Timu the Carter as if they're fucking Sonic OC.
Maybe so, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, and you can now go visit the miners because you seem to be good at keeping them happy. A problem may or may not have transpired where he gives you another quest for the Bone Pit.
You're going to have to elaborate again because, again, I don't remember any of this shit.
The next one is the cave crawling down this route. It's basically just deep roads exploration. You find some corrupted lyrium.
Goody!
And that takes you to the next one, the Cavern of the Dead, which it looks cool. It looks like an actual ending to the Bone Pit area because there's like a big old sacrificial brazier at the end.
Mm-hmm. Rick, can I ask you something? Is there any point in going down these quests if all it is generic quest number 3?
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is why I didn't do any research on these because they're pointless. Let's do quests that actually matter. Let's talk about fucking Fainreal.
Yeah, Fainreal. So what's his name and what's his quest in this one? It's not Profit and Loss. That's Dougal's quest.
It's Night Terrors because guess what? He's having Night Terrors.
Yeah, Fainreal. The only interesting non-player character.
And also, come on, who can't help but remember this quest if for nothing else other than I like big boats and I cannot lie.
Yeah.
But yes, regardless of what you ended up doing at the end of in chapter 1 for Fainreal's quest, whether you sent him to, or rather encouraged him to go to the Circle, or if you sent him to the Elves, you will get a letter saying shit's fucked. You get a bit more context if you sent him to the Elves because I've forgotten her name. Is it Marithari?
Yeah, Keeper Marithari is the one that Meryl ends up murdering.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it ends up getting her murdered.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, she knows a bit more about this. What Fainreal actually is a dreamer, which is a concept that never comes up again.
No, not even with frickin' Solus. And he's the one that's most likely to be one.
Uh-huh.
Considering that's what he actually just fucking describes himself as. The reason he's been gone for so long before the beginning of Dragon Age 3 is he's been asleep dreaming all this time. And he asks that you don't press him any further. And he's like, oh yeah, so that means you're more than 100 years old. And he goes, yes, shut up, stop it. But yeah, with Fainreal, it's so weird that they don't go ahead with this at all. But yeah, you get to go into his cheese dream to try and help him.
It's not a cheese dream. But yeah, you can effectively if you go into the Fade with your team, you should have Anders with you because he is the only one who will not betray you.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone else finds some way to betray you. Meryl gets secrets of the Dalish and becomes a better keeper's apprentice and eventually the keeper, and she's like, I know it's not real, but I'm going to kill you anyway.
Could you not do the voice? Because it really irks me.
And yeah, as you say, the real one that everyone remembers is I like big boats, I cannot lie.
Yeah, and it's one of those really annoying ones where...
she knows it's fake.
Well, yeah, Isabella's the worst because she knows she's not going to win.
Yeah.
But she's not
going to win against you, and she knows that it's fake, so even if she beats you, she doesn't get the real boat. It's the fucking stupidest.
Yeah, so you've got 2 different routes you can go down to. You've got to do both, so it hardly matters which one you pick first. In theory, you could only get one betrayal because it's split more or less 50-50. Half the party will be tempted by the Pride Demon, the other half by the Desire Demon. Isabella's is quite infamous because, yeah, she will give you a boat, and she's like, I like big boats, and it's like, alright, cool. Aveline is also one who can get tempted by the Desire Demon because she's like, ooh, look at me, I am your dead husband. And Aveline gets the big sad, and even though insists that she's over it, is clearly not over it.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame her. But if you bring Aveline and Isabella, then you obviously can only get one apparition that way.
And it's going to be Isabella.
Yeah, because it's the funniest.
And as you say, in the other way is the Pride Demon, and Meryl can be tempted with the offer of, like, she can save the Dalish, which, no, you fucking can't, Meryl. And the one that I find the juiciest and the funniest and the most fitting is Fenris can also be tempted, making him such a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah. I've never seen Fenris be tempted. What happens to him?
I don't know either from personal experience, because I adore Meryl. She is usually my romance pick in this game. In fact, almost exclusively, because as much as I love Isabella, she is not a long-term partner. So I usually have Meryl, and it's just like, oh, good for you. And then you kick her ass. But Fenris gets tempted by power, which, again, is just like the ultimate, like, Mike, you're literally a fucking mage then, Fenris. How can you be such a dick about this shit?
Yeah. That's literally what he digs into mages about. Like, I can understand if he was tempted by, I don't know, a dangling thread of getting all of his memories back and being able to save all of the slaves in all of Minrathous. But no, that's not what they're offering. They are just offering more power.
And specifically, according to the thing that I read, is they offer him enough power to be equal to a magister, and it's just like, cool. You're a fucking idiot, Fenris. You're a hypocrite, an idiot, and I hate you. Varric can also be tempted here by Varric is also tempted by power, but it's weird because the way the temptation is angled towards him, it's like if you had this power, you would have been able to walk away from your encounter with Bartrand, and it's like that's so hyperbolic that it's worthless.
Yeah, if you had infinity money, you wouldn't have to get into the situation where you needed money.
But yeah, those two could be they can basically everyone except for Anders can be tempted, and I'm guessing Sebastian can also not be tempted because he's DLC.
Yeah. You can apparently kill Fainrail in the Fade.
I didn't know that was a thing you could do. That makes sense, because Marafari tells you before you jump in, hey, by the way, if shit goes south, kill him.
Yeah, and if you do, that just makes him tranquil.
Oh boy. You might as well be dead.
Do that. Yeah, don't do that.
And it bothers me to say that because Tranquil are so close to being like a fucking autism analogy.
Allegory, yeah.
But
yeah, it's uncomfortable, to say the least.
Well, it is, because you see what the consequences of being Tranquil are, and it's like, you're basically dead, you're no longer human, and yet, at the same time, the easy comparison is to autistic people, and I don't think that when it comes to autism. It's really fucked up.
Yeah, and like, real autistic people do not have no emotions.
No.
So, they often have the opposite.
Also, here's some magic bullshit so we can undo tranquilism.
Oh, yeah. Which gets introduced in this game, and then, like, it's a minor plot point in the next game, and then it doesn't matter anymore after that.
Yeah. But yes, of course, we are technically in the Fade, so you know what that means, Rick. I hope you like Fade puzzles, because if you don't do them all, you lose out on permanent stat buffs.
Yeah, there's Torpor the Sloth Demon as well.
Yes, he makes you a deal when you first jump in. Well, I say first jump in. Pretty early on in the encounter, and says, hey, do you want to just help me? I don't know what you get for helping him. I've never done it. I've never even entertained it.
Yeah, if you, pretty much everyone approves of saying no or attack him. But Meryl thinks it's a good idea for some reason.
Yeah, because I think the writers just kind of fucked up slightly with that, because they seem to think Meryl is a character who thinks that she is in charge when it comes to dealing with demons. You can deal with demons as long as you know when to say no. Except Meryl never says no, so she even fails at that.
Yeah, if you're dating Anders, then making the deal with the Sloth Demon breaks him off. Unless you then betray him and then tell Anders, oh yeah, I was leading him on.
That shouldn't work, though.
Yeah, it's weird. You can enter without companions.
Yeah, but it's going to be a bit harder when you do the fights.
Yeah, and if you've got the DLC to have the dog, then you can summon the dog.
Oh yeah, because the dog's not a party member in this game.
Yeah, it's just an ability. They made the Desire Demons really horny in this one.
And yeah, you also get additional, as you were kind of alluding to, you get additional quests at the end of this, which are basically additional companion quests of your party members saying, I'm sorry for betraying you.
Isabella gives you plus She gives you additional affection if you snark at her when she says she likes big boats.
Yeah, because she's a dick.
Yeah, she likes trading barbs. Meryl also upvotes sarcastic choices when she's being tempted by the Pride Demon.
Yes, in fact, you get negative points or rivalry points if you either are diplomatic or aggressive, which is a weird response.
You get more negative points for diplomatic as well, which is the weirdest.
Because Meryl's allergic to fucking logic.
Common sense. Think. Yeah. Then there's a Rage Demon. That's the last chance to get some bonus stats. And yeah, if you agree to torpor, then he will try and keep Fainrail in super sleep.
Yeah, it's one of those where you got some, again, they're not puzzles per se, but basically social encounters where you can choose whether to play along with the illusions or to be like, this is a trick, Fainrail, stop it, or play along with the illusions but in a way that makes the mentor seem as if they're talking in character, and you get most points for that one. You get neutral 0 points for the, hey, this is all illusion, Fainrail, stop being a fucking twit. And obviously if you play along, then you get points towards helping the demon, which again, I can't stress this enough, you should not do.
Yeah. If you let torpor possess him, then he goes around Act 3 making other people get driven to madness, and like the people that he infects become like a new faction of Red Jennies or whatever.
Cool. I'm so infused by it because it's like, yeah, a demon does demon shit. Shocker, I know.
Yep. But yeah, I always do the right thing by him, so his story can continue. Okay, all that remains is the...
Oh, we can't do that yet. That's the conclusion of the murder. Let's do the black powder plot. No, that's not the plot. That's the fucking Guy Fawkes thing. The courtesy.
Sure, the courtesy.
Yeah, it's a main quest. You have to do this because you get request. This one actually kind of makes a bit of sense. You're now part of the upper crust, so you get a request straight up from the Viscount, who actually gives a fuck about you now, and he tells you, "Hey, can you go talk to the angry Kunari that's sitting in my docks because he won't stop being a dick." And basically, the Arishok is a dick because a certain merchant, a dwarf merchant, in fact, was very persistent about buying the Gatlock, the explosive powder that Kunari are known for. And instead, because he got refused so many times, he decided to steal the fucking thing. Except the Arishok, for some reason, well, I say for some reason, was able to predict this course of action, so replaced the Gatlock with, don't know the word for it, but it's basically gas that will choke you the fuck out. And
yeah, the Quamek gas, the stuff that makes you insane as well. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you insane.
Yeah, which is one of the most irresponsible things you could possibly fucking do, of just like, this guy is probably going to try and steal something, so let's make him steal something that is incredibly hazardous. And it's such a, I wouldn't call it a wild goose chase, but you have to go all around fucking town tracking down Jarvis. Is that his name?
Javaris.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stupid thing is, the Arishok knows that this guy's a merchant, so even if he does steal it, he's going to try and sell it, so he's just going to kill some random person that buys it.
Yeah, and the people who do buy it want to blow up fucking part of Kirkwall for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right to feel this way.
They'll end up doing the same thing anyway if they just unleash the freaking barrel. They'll just kill everybody instead of blowing the stuff up.
Yeah, so it's quite an annoying quest all round because it could have been avoided by the Arishok not being a knobhead. But it does very much highlight the fact that, hey, in case you had any respect for the Arishok, he is a knobhead. Yeah, you do eventually catch up with Javaris, and you get the choice actually straight up onto whether to let him go or to just murder him. I don't know why you'd murder him.
Yeah, because he does beg for his life.
Yeah, it's a real dick move. Like, you've got to be playing a dick Hawke. I think no one approves of you murdering him.
Yeah, no one approves of it. Yeah, like Varric, Sebastian, and Aveline all hate it. Sebastian hates it the most.
Yeah, but I don't care what Sebastian thinks.
Yeah, I didn't bring him with me. I didn't have him.
Sebastian is such a non-character and is an active hindrance for most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you get led to a portion of Lowtown in which the Gatlock was unleashed. Except it's not the Gatlock, it's the poisonous gas. And I absolutely adore when you encounter the guard down here, because when you meet him, he goes, "Oh shit, someone who's worth a damn in Lowtown. Oh no, this is a bad day." And he's straight up just like, "I can't fight the damn air, so you're gonna have to leave." That being said, if you have Aveline with you, Aveline basically tells him to stop being such a bitch.
Yeah, and because this is the Kunari compound, this is the first time that you get the issue of Isabella choosing not to go in.
That's when you talk to the Arishok. This isn't in the Kunari compound. This is in Lowtown.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, the compound in general, when you go talk to the Arishok first, and then afterwards when you go to turn it in, essentially.
Yeah, and she makes you go through an entire cutscene as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it's easiest to just remove her from the party if you're going to do that in future, because she never goes in for obvious reasons.
I think I've told you this before, Rick. Varric was my rogue anyway.
Yeah.
So unless I'm romancing Isabella, which is few and far between, because as much as Meryl is a complete and utter fucking idiot, I do adore her.
Yep.
But yeah, you've got this entire encounter, which they explain why you're getting randomly attacked by, as you say, the poisonous gas actually making people go crazy. So you're getting attacked while you're trying to basically seal off the gas. I think you've got to literally interact with a bunch of barrels and turn them off. And I think you've got a time limit, but I don't know if it hard tells you you've got a time limit or if it just gives you like constant poison damage.
Yeah, there's commanders and an assassin, and these are meant to be just commoners, but like they become like a gauntlet of dudes. But you can get them to fuck off with AoE attacks including ones that are non-damaging. So you can basically just force push them away, and they fuck off for a little while, and then you can do your interaction with the barrels.
It's something Dragon Age does really poorly, in my opinion, throughout the games, and that is they try to spice combat up a little bit by giving you an objective that isn't just kill dudes, but they're never really good at those objectives, at implementing them, you know? Like the closest they ever got to actually having a bit of a fun version of this was in Inquisition when you're defending Haven.
Yeah.
Either
way, Haven gets fucked up anyway.
Yeah, I know, but the fact that you're constantly winching to turn the trebuchets on is a bit more of an interesting way of implementing the wave mechanic, but it's still, at the end of the day, a bit fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's a tower defense mechanic in a game that's not built for tower defense.
That's a very bad analogy. That's got nothing to do with tower defense at all.
Okay, it's base defense.
It's not even base defense. You've just got to turn the thing every so often.
Sure.
You're not defending anything. It's just between waves to press a button.
Yep. So yeah, this is the first instance of black powder stuff. It's black powder courtesy. I'm guessing you got following the queue and demands of the queue.
I mean, we haven't finished fucking black powder yet.
Well, I mean, you finish the barrels and you go back to the Arishok.
Okay, sure, but we didn't discuss that because there's a conversation with the Arishok, and this entire chapter contributes to your respect score, which depends on the influences an outcome at the end of the chapter.
Yeah. So. I generally end up with the Arishok respecting me, which you're probably going to chew me out for, because I think the Arishok is a interesting character. He's an arsehole, but he's interesting. He gives us more insight into Kunari culture that we only really knew about from Sten before, and Sten is both a good and bad example, in that he's an example of good Kunari, but he's a bad example of the Kunari because not all of them are good.
To a certain degree, I mean, Arishok's not a good fucking example either, because the entire thing of, like, I can't leave until I get this relic back is bullshit, because if you give him the relic, he gets a bollocking.
Yeah.
So he's not even a good example of a Kunari. He's a good example of a poor Kunari, because it's, again, this is the problem that you're going to have with zealotry.
Yeah. Even your guy at the top is not immune to the other people at the top doing a bit of infighting.
He's also only good at one thing. And
yeah,
that's the problem with the Kunari.
Yeah, hit things with swords.
Yeah.
And sit on top of throne looking intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone with that buff of body and those bigger horns could do that.
Well, yeah, compared to other races. Like, he shouldn't be here. He should be in fucking Tevinter killing people.
Yeah, he's good at that. He probably would. He literally would prefer to be doing that.
Mm-hmm. God, they ruined the Kunari.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So much potential.
Yeah, so you get to the end of the quest, either you kill Javaris or not. This is the random dwarf that you keep bringing up, by the way, that it is a decision for you to pick for the Dragon Age Keep mechanic, which I don't know what it influences, because I'm pretty sure he does not show up in Inquisition.
Yeah, I guess it's just one of those things of what did you choose when it came to Kunari, dealing with the Kunari in general? Are the Kunari on the side of people in this part of the world because they were that their interests quests were protected or whatever.
I don't think that's even true.
No, well, definitely not in Inquisition. Like, I think they wanted it to be more of a thing going forward, so they tried to future-proof it.
But even that doesn't make sense, because the Kunari couldn't give two shits whether or not you killed a dwarf.
No.
It doesn't influence your respect with him at all, to my knowledge. See, if you say that after something, it doesn't matter if you're wrong. It's a secret trick I learned. But yes, you unlock a bunch of companion quests after doing this quest, quite literally. I think one of those quests is one of my favourite ones, which is, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one where you're basically running interference for Aveline.
Oh, yeah. The one where Meryl goes, oh, you wouldn't need that unless you're courting him. You're courting him.
Yeah. I've forgotten the chap's name. Is it Donick?
Yeah. Gosman Donick.
Yeah, because there's even a part early on in the quest line where they look at the postings for guards, and he gets a really cushy one where he doesn't have to do much, and he gets pissed because, no, I want to fight people.
Yeah, and the other guardsmen like are taking the rip out of him for getting all the easy ones.
I think
Aveline's like sad puppy of, oh, I wanted him to not get killed.
I think the literally the exact wording is like, whose arse did you lick?
Yeah.
But yeah, you run a bunch of interference, and it ends up with Donick and Aveline bumping into you. And I always do this dialogue option. I don't know if you necessarily do, where it's just like, okay, Aveline, you just got to tell him now. And Aveline's like, Hawke, what are you doing? Friends don't do this. And it's like, yeah, sometimes friends give you a push. So fucking talk. I'm tired. I want to go home. And she confesses to Donick, and I don't think there's a timeline where Donick says no.
Yeah. There's also a little quest line where if you find a shield for Aveline, you can give it to her.
Yeah, it's not really a quest line so much as there's you get companion quests in this game when you find gifts, because gifts aren't just things you can spam anymore.
Yeah, this one has a bit of dialogue.
They all have a bit of dialogue. But
this is the one that I kind of remember, because I got the bad ending to this because I'd done the bad thing with it. She had a shield from Wesley.
Oh, you sold it?
Yeah. So if it's in your storage chest, she assumes that you sold it. So when you give her the shield of Aveline herself, she just kind of looks really nonplussed and just drops it, and then she says, "I had a shield. It belonged to Wesley. It was difficult to let go, but I did so. Utility over sentiment, right? We sold it, didn't we?"
Yeah, but Aveline, you need to understand, I didn't sell it for the money. I sold it because it was crap.
Yeah, and to make space.
You didn't need to make space in that game, did you?
Nah, you can break it down for parts as well.
No, that's not a mechanic in this game.
Oh no, it's just you just destroy it to just like get rid of it without selling it.
Yeah, which is pointless because copper's copper, man.
Yeah.
Like the other quest in this chapter, which I mentioned to you before, is you can find the Tefrus signet ring, and you can also give that to Varric, and you get dialogue in which you can be all jokey and be like, "Hey, when you tell this story to other people, mention that I plucked it from the belly of a dragon." To which Varric just laughs and goes, "For you, Hawke, I'll throw in a couple of werewolves." In reality, you just buy it from a random fucking vendor. It's so weird.
Yeah. You got Captain's condolences from Aveline. That's where she's just like, "Oh no, that's for sympathising with
we need to. Yeah, you got to wait for that one.
Yeah. Night Terror. Oh yeah, this the doubts that linger is if she's the one that you needs to say sorry for the Desire Demon. For pining for Wesley.
Yeah.
There's a 50% relationship value quest.
With who?
With Aveline. This is the questioning beliefs quest.
Well, explain. I don't have whatever you're reading.
So you got so 50% friendship or rivalry. If you say, "I thought we were doing well," and you complain while helping me. Oh wait, no, it is just this. You've gotten this far. You get a conversation with her. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it wasn't worth bringing up, is what I'm hearing.
In retrospect, no.
Right. Okay. Let's do a fucking real quest then. Let's do my fucking no. I don't want to do this. Why is Notepad acting weird? Fuck's sake. Offered and Lost.
Offered and Lost.
It comes after Black Powder Courtesy and is another quest from Dumas, the Viscount.
Sure. Offered and Lost. I'm in companion quest. I don't need to be on companion quests.
So So, okay, while Rick is browsing wherever the fuck he's browsing, I'm going to go through my notes. You go to visit Viscount Dumas, who will tell you that the Arishok has lost some of his men and wants you to go help him because he's getting really bothered by the really antsy giant of a monster man sitting at his dock getting more mad.
Yeah, so you need to go to see Seneschal Bran.
I mean, again, I wasn't really going to bring... I don't have that in my notes, so I assume I skipped it because you do that literally after talking to the Viscount, who is right there, so it's not really a step you need to mention.
Yeah. And if you go to the Hanged Man, you get a fight.
You can skip this if you have Aveline with you, because she is so scary.
Yeah, this is true.
Like, I'm so glad Aveline's on our side, because she'd be fucking terrifying.
Sister Patrice has now become the mother in this quest.
Mother! Sorry, what were we talking about? This character just... Oh, God, she has such a character arc between... Not even a character arc, just, hey, you know that character who was secretly a bitch? Here's her being more of a bitch.
Yeah, she flim-flams her way through the universe. It's very funny.
Yeah, so I believe she's got a Templar or an ex-Templar, forget which, in her employ, and he's the one keeping a bunch of Kunari basically tied up.
Yeah, Varnell is his name.
You don't need to remember his name, he doesn't last long.
No, he don't.
But yeah, you find him, he's literally got these Kunari all tied up, and the Kunari look very nonplussed by all this, almost as if it's just like, this is like a Saturday night in Parvolan.
Yeah, I deal with worse than this with my wife.
They don't have wives in Kunari land.
Nah, they have doms.
But yeah, you've when you I don't know if there's a solution to this that ends with the Kunari living, because I think if you say, all right, Sir Varnell, I'm going to kill you now, he just goes, okay, that's cool, awesome, love to hear that. I'm just going to kill my prisoners first, and then we'll get to that fight scene. But if you could go in and be like, I don't believe you, sir, and he goes, okay, and then kills them in front of you.
Yeah, so your two choices after this are whether or not to destroy the evidence.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do here, the Arishok is going to know, so you should not destroy the evidence, because that gives you respect points.
Yeah. If you destroy the evidence, then you get a quest to keep on doing more destroying evidence quests, apparently. But yeah, if you take it back to the Arishok, he goes, why are there torture marks on them? And yeah, if you tell the truth, then you get he admits the beginning of grudging respect.
Yeah, but it's also like, dude, it's such an annoying conversation, because it's like, motherfucker, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Viscount Dumas didn't do it. He's the one who sent me to find this shit. What do you want, sir? And the answer is nonsensical, because he's a fucking idiot.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I can't stress this enough. I fucking hate the Arishok. Yes, yes, it's an interesting character, I suppose.
And he looks cool.
I disagree on that, because I think Sten looks cooler than him.
I think Sten might look cooler if he had horns, but like they...
You are what is wrong with the Dragon Age fan base, sir.
They wrote him to be hornless.
Hornless Kimari.
Hornless.
No, but for real though, I think the Tan Giants design was a bit more interesting than here's these grey-skinned horny men. Although they're women.
I think the opposite. Like the Tan Giant is just a human who's tall.
But okay, I liked the less adventurous design scheme of Dragon Age Origins. I'll even go one further and apply that to the Darkspawn. But that's also not a controversial take, because I think it's universally agreed upon that every new design of Darkspawn is worse than the last.
Yeah. Yeah, the new one's just fucking like, here's a zombie with a bit of black shit in it.
Oh, goodness gracious me. And don't get me started on the bullshit that they tried to make a new plot line for Awakening and then they immediately abandoned.
Yeah. Like, we had the Architect for all of 20 minutes. Now he just might as well not exist.
Now, don't get me wrong. I always kill that motherfucker. But it was at least an interesting interesting development of, oh, here's Grey Wardens, but they're the opposite because they're Darkspawn. It's like, what? Yeah. Why are they doing that? I want to learn more!
Yeah, they're Darkspawn that have drunk Grey Warden blood to free them from the Archdemon. Yeah. And yeah, that was cool. That was neat. And it was also interesting to see someone like the Architect actively working against the Archdemons because they don't want to just be slaves to a bunch of half-dead dragons.
Yeah, if only we could have had a proper retrospective on Awakening.
Yeah.
but someone didn't play it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next main quest that we'll be doing, unless Rick wants to sidetrack us with another side quest, is All That Remains, which is the one we've kind of been putting off because a bad thing happens.
Yeah, this is the culmination of the serial killer quests, and turns out you didn't solve the serial killer quest because you got the wrong serial killer.
Yes, and it's even scarier because you find this out by Gamlen coming to you in a panic, and your immediate reaction when seeing Gamlen is, "Hi Gamlen, go away." But he's like, "Hey, your mother didn't show up and I'm worried," and then that makes you worried because it's like, that woman is a saint, sir.
Yes, and you can go a long time without actually seeing her, but this is a game of conservation of detail for the most part, in that if something isn't much of an issue, it just won't show up. And as soon as something is told to you, it's obviously a big deal.
You're saying that, but like she's in the mansion, and once this quest is available, she is no longer in the mansion. So it's not like she doesn't ever appear in game and then they just only mention it during this mission. No, she's there. You can talk to her. She just doesn't have much to say because she's relegated to NPC at this point.
Yeah.
But yes, this is interesting because you can skip about 80% of this mission if you spared Gascard. And I only bring this up because, it's so great. Because when you get to the final boss, and I'm not spoiling anything because we'll talk about it more in detail when we do the actual route that you're supposed to take, Gascard is very obviously going to betray you. So obvious, so obvious, that when it looks like there's even a hint of, you can interrupt him and be like, "No, fuck this, I can see this coming a mile away." Or you can keep talking to him, and if you keep talking to him, your conversation ends because if you've got Varric with you, he just shoots Gascard right through the fucking stomach. One hit KO. And when you look at Varric just sort of shrugs and goes, "What? You were gonna do that, right?"
Yup. Dude, it reminds me of the end of Fable 2, where the villain, after you've beaten him for the final time, he just keeps giving this really long, like, "it should have been me, I deserved more" kind of speech. And if you let it go on long enough, then Stephen Fry's character just shoots him.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kill him yourself, but yeah, Stephen Fry's character just shoots him otherwise.
I mean, I prefer the Handsome Jack approach of just like, you've beaten the boss fight, Handsome Jack is having his meltdown monologue. You can stop this at any point, however, it's Handsome Jack and he's incredibly entertaining even when he's dying, so you just kind of let it sit. And then he bleeds out, which is very anticlimactic, but at the same time, you could have shot him at any moment.
Yeah. And also, I find the fact that he just bleeds out to be very, it's not, he doesn't go out with a bang, he goes out with a whimper, and that's, like, super karmic for him. But yeah, if Gaspard's alive, then he just does some blood magic and just takes you directly to the serial killer.
It's incredibly helpful. However, if he's not alive because you've got 2 brain cells still in your brain, you have to do an entire quest where you go around following clues and stuff, I'll shit on him all day, every day, but Gamlen actually helps you in this quest. He's the one leading you through basically the city, and eventually you'll run across an orphan. I say orphan, a kid, and you're like, "Hey kid, can you tell us blah blah blah?" And you can. It's just like, "I can if you give me a copper." And if you're a stingy fuck, you're like, you could be like aggressive option and just say, "Instead of a copper, how about I clout you around the ear?" And Gamlen actually steps forward and goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, here's your copper, tell us about Leandra." And it's just like, Jesus Christ, shit is dire.
Yeah, if moths are escaping from Gamlen's purse, then yeah, shit is real dire. Gascard doesn't join you in any fights.
No, of course he doesn't, because you more or less confront the final... Well, you do the ritual, you get teleported, you have the conversation with the final enemy, but because it's like, "Join me, Luke," and Luke's going to join him, that's when Varric just crossbow bolts him. Assuming you have Varric with you, which, why would you not?
Yeah. There are parts of the iconic Hawke set in the Killer's Lair as well. You get the gloves.
Sure, it's one of those where I feel like it's impossible to miss out on the champion set.
Yeah, the torso piece is the one that matters. It's the one that's got the little lectern as the clavier guard.
I know what Hawke's signature set looks like. It's on the box.
Yes, I'm saying it to the viewers who are obviously listening
and have probably played Dragon Age 2, because otherwise, why would you listen to 2 schmucks talking about it for an hour and a half? Like, for real. Takes 2 seconds to go. Like, I'm not being funny. If you're on YouTube, you're probably looking at the armor set right now because that's what the thumbnail is.
Yeah. And if you played, if you've not played Dragon Age 2, but you have played Veilguard, it's the Hawke set from that.
Or the Hawke set from Inquisition, because he also shows up in there.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah. And they're wearing that because how else would you know it was Hawke? You get to create Hawke with the same character creator, and the only reason reason that you know that it's Hawke if you gave them a really generic design is that they're wearing the Hawke armor.
Well, if you pick, it's really easy to tell generic male Hawke because generic male Hawke gets that stupid blood smear across his face.
He do. I think generic female Hawke has a blood smear, so I think you have to go out of your way to make it look like a normal standard man number 2.
Listen, Hawke looks like generic standard man number 2 if it wasn't for the blood smear.
Yeah.
Like, generic Hawke is good enough looking, is close enough to what I tend to make characters look like that I'm pretty sure I just use standard Hawke.
Yeah, he just from memory, he looks a little bit like a slightly younger Duncan.
It's the wrong skin colour.
Yeah, but like in terms of like how his face is set out.
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, like you say, Varric shoots Gasgard immediately if it goes on long enough. And yeah, you get to meet with Quentin.
Yes, and he reveals his greatest creation. He's brought back his long dead wife, which, by the way, happened to have the same face as your mother. So, spoiler.
Yeah, he's done a head transplant.
Yeah, and it's really even more annoying. But I say annoying because it had to be the head/face because that means they get to twist the fucking emotional knife when you have your final conversation, which you can have with her because it's her brain.
Yeah, it's her brain, it's her face. She tells you that she's proud of you. Gamlen didn't go to this because he's not a fighter, and this is one of the more tragic ways that you can play Silly Hawke, in that you give Gamlen a Silly Hawke at this point, and you get chewed out for it.
It's not a good ending.
No, nobody gets a good ending here. But yes, I did get a bollocking for saying Silly Hawke things.
Yeah, right. It's not the time. Like, no, I like to play Silly Hawke, but during this mission, all my dialogue choices were aggressive.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is you can be as aggressive as you like in this mission and suffer no negative points because everyone gets it.
Yeah.
I will say there is an interesting tidbit that I wanted to bring up, and it's one of the few early signs that hey, fuck Orsino.
Yeah, because Orsino has been sending him stuff.
I don't think he's been sending him stuff, but he's definitely been communicating with him, and I believe he even says, hey, good. Oh no, you're right, he does, doesn't he? He gives him books.
Yeah, he gives him books, he sends him materials, and part of his correspondence is make sure this can't be traced back to us. Oh.
It's definitely Orsino.
Yeah, like, there's no other O that matters, especially not one with that kind of clout. Yeah, it's definitely Orsino. He's definitely a cunt.
Yeah, and here's the thing is, I don't like Orsino anyway.
No.
Orsino is the epitome of like, okay, you've proved them right. You keep proving them right. Stop it.
Yeah. And even if you side with him, he still, like, gives in, turns into a massive ball of shit, and fights you.
I mean, spoiler, but yeah, it's one of the biggest gripes I have with Orsino is even when you side with Orsino, which you're going to be tempted to do because the mages did nothing wrong, like, a single mage did something wrong. Deal with him.
Yes, and then Orsino as well, but... yeah.
Okay, it's arguable that Orsino would not have done the big bad if he was not under the threat of extermination, but we'll have that discussion next chapter, I feel.
Yeah, Anders and then Orsino.
Orsino's a problem. He really is.
Yeah.
He should never have gotten to the position he's in. But it can be argued that Meredith has always been far too harsh with almost every step that she's... There are two problems in the Mage-Templar conflict in Kirkwall, and unfortunately they both keep poking the other.
Yeah, there are two problems in the Mage-Templar conflict. The mages are the Templars.
Well, you know...
But yeah, it can really be boiled down to the leadership. It's Meredith and anyone who is hunted by Meredith, which includes Orsino at this point, to be honest.
I mean, I'll be real with you, Rick. We're beating around the bush ever so slightly, but Varric sums it up perfectly in his introduction to Act 3, and that is with the tighter Meredith squeezed, the more Orsino fought back, and the more Orsino fights back, the tighter Meredith squeezes. It's a vicious cycle with no good ending.
Yeah, it's a lot like what Princess Leia says to Tarkin, the tighter you squeeze, the more systems will slip through your fingers.
Well, different argument altogether, different analogy. Like, it's still using squeezing and hands. That's about the only thing it has in common, Rick.
Yep.
But yes, once you finish this quest line, which does end on a dour note, I didn't know this until doing my research, but apparently the way you get out the Aveline consolation scene is by not having anyone romanced at this point in the game.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're not fucking anybody. I guess Aveline has to come say something.
Yeah. So you get a nice little consolation from whoever you're romancing, as you say. Isabel Isabella's one is actually pretty heartbreaking, saying at least you had a loving mother. Well,
Yeah,
at least you
but
had a loving mother.
Yeah, but it also kind of doesn't fucking... It's like, yeah, not the time, Isabella. I appreciate you've had a rough life, I really do, but I'm going through some stuff.
But she also says, like, the murderer will harm no one else, and believes that Leandra would have been proud.
Yeah, sure. But you got Meryl, the light of my life, who says some elven bullshit that's some of the most poetic bollocks ever.
Yeah, she believes that Leandra is in a better place now, maybe with Falondin, and her elvish thing translates to, I am filled with sorrow for your loss, my heart.
Yeah, because she tells you.
Yeah.
Because she knows you're not an elf and doesn't know what she means.
Yeah. Fenris's one is actually kind of sweet, because he just goes, I don't know what to say, but I am here.
Yeah, it's very Fenris. However, it's still Fenris. If you romance Fenris, you're fundamentally broken inside.
However, the funniest thing is that Hawke can just tell him to go away.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's how some people grieve.
Yeah.
And speaking of literally the word grieving, regardless of whether or not Aveline comes to comfort you, you literally, as you mentioned earlier, the captain's condolences, where she literally breaks open not necessarily a keg, but definitely a bottle of wine. And I remember this line so clearly of like, drink as much or as little as you like. No one gets to tell you how to grieve.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
She gets it. She's done it. She did it for Wesley.
Yeah. You can chew her out for it, saying this is your fault, which, yeah, there's no benefit to that.
Unless you're super into role-playing, I can see an aggressive Hawke being like, fuck you, and blaming the world for the problems.
Yeah. Blame the world, blame all the guard who, like, stopped investigating when you got one weird guy. But the best thing you can do is just let her talk about Wesley.
Yeah, it's implied this conversation goes on for a lot longer than we get to see.
Yeah, like, a lot of things are done in verisimilitude. Anything that Varric is not there for, he's making up.
Yeah. Speaking of Varric making shit up, shall we talk about his side quest, his big side quest for this part of the game?
Yeah, he goes to Bartrand's house.
I forget the name of this quest, but I think everybody remembers the intro. It's so fucking great because you kick the door in, Varric does some Matrix bullshit, shoots Bianca, and kills 4 dudes in a row, so the arrow tip lands just above Bartrand. And Bartrand's like, no, Mother always loved you best, you were always the bigger, better brother. And then it just hard cuts to Cassandra slamming down on the fucking chair he's sitting in and asking the very legitimate question of, you haven't lied or bullshitted for a while now, why are you lying about this? And what's Varric's response?
Because the real thing was too sad. Too painful.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Bartrand was not in any fit state to get any amount of revenge on. He was like a lot more further gone than Gollum with the idol.
It's a really depressing state you find him in, and honestly, it's one of the few really well done decisions to make in the game by the writers, because I can totally understand picking either of these choices, and I don't blame anyone for picking one way or the other. I think it is far more merciful at this point to kill Bartrand. However, yeah, I'd if it was my brother.
Yeah, I'd understand wanting to leave him alive with the remote possibility that he recovers enough of his, well, I say humanity despite being a dwarf, but you know what I mean. Enough sentience to begin healing, but that's a remote chance at best, and if you leave him alive, he's probably just going to starve to death.
I mean, Varric looks after him. Varric has him basically institutionalized. However, we know from Inquisition that Bartrand does actually get better, but not enough to live on his own or anything.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that one.
It's a throwaway line, and again, you have to have spared Bartrand, which I played Dragon Age 2 a lot. I had a lot of different combinations of outcomes that I toyed with when having to do the Dragon Age keep bullshit. It's definitely one of the big choices that you can make on the tapestry.
Yeah. I had 2 main world states that I used for Inquisition files, and I think I killed him on both of them.
All you get is a throwaway line. It's one of those really annoying things.
Yeah. That said, at least they pay attention to it and actually do something about it, even if it's not a lot.
Yeah, and something I discovered, because again, 9 times out of 10, Meryl was my main mage rather than Anders. If you have Anders with you, Anders actually does temporarily snap him out of it for enough time to actually have a conversation with.
Okay.
And apparently, if you have this very short conversation with Bartrand being fully lucid, it changes Varric from hating you for letting him be spared to being like, yeah, no, I approve. I can see that this will work, so let's try it.
Yeah, it's it's respect and everything. Like, it's real easy to get respect from Varric.
Yep.
Because you just have to enjoy his company, and that's real easy to do when he is telling a story of him being personable. It's one of those.
Speaking of, did you see the cut content for a romance with Varric as Hawke?
I did not.
Yeah, it's dumb. There's a good thing they cut it. Because basically, if you did a romance with Varric, what the ending was going to be is Cassandra would walk out of the room, and then Hawke would peer out from behind the chair, which is already stupid, and just say, "You didn't tell them about us, right?" And Varric goes, "Of course not." And that would be it. And it's like, yeah, that's funny, but at the same time, completely makes Cassandra look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, because Hawke was there the entire time. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, you would have to not play it in the game.
Yeah.
Because, the game is Varric's story to Cassandra. So I guess you could have said, if you romance nobody, then that's the implication that Hawke romances Varric instead. But yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I appreciate leaving it out.
Although Varric should have been a romance in 3, but then you wouldn't be able to get the Bianca subplot, I suppose.
Yeah. It's one of those. Like, even Bianca is, Bianca the Real is already a married woman, but is very obviously still carrying a hell of a torch for Varric.
Yeah, but it was a political marriage, so it don't count. She basically stole us.
Yeah.
Clearly still fucking on the DL.
Oh, yes. So now that Leandra is done, we get to the real ending, which is...
Before we do that, did we have to do something for Fenris? I can't remember, but I know Fenris has a big payoff quest in Act 3, so if he's got an Act 2 equivalent, we should probably talk about it, even though I can't remember it.
I know you have to not give him over to the...
no shit, because then his story ends.
Yeah, he leaves. He leaves the party.
Right, if you can't remember, then you can't remember. That's fine. Let's do Following the Cune.
Yeah, Following the Cune. Yes, this is...
Is this the one where you have to find the Viscount's son, and it turns out he's hanging out with a bunch of Kunari?
Yeah, the Viscount's son is doing stuff, and then part of the Arishok declaring war is when he's chopped off the head of the Viscount's son.
He didn't chop the head off the Viscount's son.
Did he not?
No, I believe Seamus gets killed by because of that Patricia woman, right?
Huh.
There is absolutely no way the Arishok killed Seamus, because Seamus was in the process of converting to the Cune.
Yeah, it was Patrice, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Patrice is kicking about. In this part. There is foul play, and Seamus has his head shaved bald. He's got this little iron crown on for penitence from converting to the Cune. He's surrounded by buff Kunari men because Kunari ladies have not been invented yet, so it does feel like he's joining a sex cult.
It's very much implied that before Dragon Age Inquisition, it's implied that all female Kunari only have one job, and it just makes the Kunari seem more evil.
Yeah, and then after that we get told, oh no, the female Kunari do have that job, but is matriarchal, so the male Kunari are just used as toys.
Doesn't make it better.
No, although it gives them a bit of power bottom girl power.
If you say so, dude, it's all fucked up. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that you can be born, get to the age of 10, and then have the elders look at you and go, yeah, you're going to be a slut. That's going to be your role in life. No, you can't change this because we're rigid like that. No, I don't care if you like making cakes. You're not going to be a baker. You're going to be a whore. A filthy, filthy whore.
They're not whores.
Yeah, they are, though. They just don't get paid. They just have to do what they're told.
The ones that do that, but like anyone can basically be anything. So like you can still be a baker. It's just that you're expected to be creating as many children as possible.
Oh yeah, okay. You're not selling it, Rick.
Okay, but I'm not saying that it's the same as one of the Tamastrans that you go and visit in the Tama brothel.
Sorry, what?
So one of the things you can do if you're pent up is you go and visit a Tamastran and you relieve yourself.
Yes, but that is a role assigned by the Kunari, which means hey, this is your role in life. You're clearly going to be well fit, so we're just going to make you use your holes and lie on your back. That's all you got to do all day. It's a really cushy gig. No, you don't get to make cakes. You're going to be a whore.
Ugh.
I'm not. By the way, I'm not against sex workers. You can do what you want with your life. I'm just saying you shouldn't be told this is what you're going to do, and you don't have a say in the matter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're pro pro-self-determinism on this channel.
Are we, Rick?
We're pro-self-determinism on this channel.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway. No, I don't like the Kunari. Like, I'm using a bit of an extreme example because, obviously, the way the Iron Ball describes it, it's like, oh, no, they see what skills you have and they align you with what you're most likely to be best at. When they realised I was good at fighting and lying to people, they made me a spy. That's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. However, that also means, oh, look, they've got big tits and they like lying on their back. They're going to be a whore and do nothing else for the rest of their life.
I still don't like you saying whore, but, you know, we're not going to get past that.
Then okay, they're not getting paid for it. You've got to do sex and nothing else. We've decided that that's what you're doing with your life. Wait, do you just not like the word whore in general? Is that what the problem is?
I don't like the use of the word whore when people are not getting paid.
They're getting paid by spiritualism. Getting paid in spirit bucks.
Otherwise known as not paid.
But Rick, that's what the Kunari doesn't have money. You know what I mean?
Pretty sure they do.
But okay, you understand what I'm saying though, right? The Kunari jobs are decided based on what you're good at, not I want to be this because I want to make more money. It's a point that Sten makes in Dragon Age Origins of why does a baker suddenly want to be a merchant? To make more money. So money must not mean much in Kunari society.
Yeah.
These are all things I have to infer because they don't fucking tell you. You don't get to see it. And by the time you see it, are on the other end of a Kunari invasion, the world's so fucked it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the two times that you fight the Kunari are both things have gone to shit. One of them is now, the other is in the DLC in Inquisition. And a secret third one, but that one doesn't matter.
That's the one I'm talking about, though. The one I'm talking about is the one that happens in Veilguard, because the world's so fucked, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's like, is this town blighted? Either yes or no. Either way, it's overrun with Kunari.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the fact that it's blighted is more of an issue. The Kunari are just squatters.
That game's dumb. Anyway, Sister Patrice, or Mother Patrice as she's now known, you can side with her if you want, but you shouldn't.
Oh yeah, no. Like, I don't think anyone reasonably sides with Patrice in particular. I don't side with the Chantry in general.
It's really hard though, isn't it? Because the grandmother, is she called what's her title?
Oh yeah, like the Reverend Mother or whatever she is. Yeah, she's nice and she's the only one.
Yeah, everyone else is just stirring shit and it all boils over in Act 3 and I can't... Like, boy, if you thought I was angry today, wait until we get to Act 3. Oh god, so many problems can be laying squarely on Anders' shoulders. It's annoying because I love Anders.
Yeah, there are 3 factions in Act 3 and the way that Anders solves that problem is by whittling it down to 2.
But anyway, this quest pretty much universally ends the same way, and that is a Kunari with a bow will shoot and kill Mother Patrice. Except she's not Mother Patrice at this point, because she gets stripped of her title, because the grandmother that I was just referencing just basically says, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she basically goes, yeah, you've overstepped your bounds, you are a mother no more.
Yeah.
Then she gets shot and good riddance.
She gets shot after having a mini mental breakdown because she's like, wait, what the fuck? I was doing nothing but good. And do you remember what the Kunari archer says just before he leaves?
No, what does he say?
The Kun look after their own, and then fucks off.
Yeah.
Yeah, except in this count, it's I believe the grandmother also sees this and just after he fucks off just goes, you should probably tell Viscount Dumas what just happened here because you're still standing over the corpse of Seamus.
Yeah, and the Kun look after her own is in response to Seamus having been beheaded.
Yeah, because again, he was in the process of actually converting, which is insane.
Yeah, Grand Cleric Elthina. That's the Reverend Mother's name.
You can't blame me for thinking it was grandmother, though.
I know, right? Yeah, because Patrice has the rank of mother, and Elthina has grey hair. Therefore, grandmother.
Yeah. This ends poorly. I think you still get paid by the Viscount, even though you just have to give it the worst news ever.
You do. And then the Kunari fight happens.
Well, sort of. You now have access to the final quest, which this quest starts really in a really fun way because Aveline approaches you and goes, "I need your help." Doesn't explain why, and at the same time, Isabella comes in and is yelling like, "No, I need your help." And as Aveline tries to explain, gets cut off by Isabella just going, "I'm going to die," and it just stops everything. And it's like, okay, slow down. What's going on?
Yeah. So if Isabella gives the relic to Castillon, which is the guy who's chasing her down, then he will spare her life. So Act 3, you get to deal with him eventually. But the big deal, though, is that, she's got one of the 3 founding books of the Kun, like the original, and she's been gallivanting around the universe with it this entire time. And yeah, the Arishok is here to retrieve it. So he's got very good intelligence that he's narrowed it down to one city.
Well, but he sunk her ship.
He did.
Like, that's what... It's not less to do with intelligence, and I sunk that ship. Realistically speaking, the only dock she could possibly survive and end up at is that one.
Yeah, so if she lived, she's here. If she didn't, then
problem solved.
I might as well just stay here until I die of old age, because I'm not going to be accepted back home anyway.
Yeah. But you do have to go ahead and talk to the Canary gentleman in the compound with Aveline. Aveline's compulsory here, but chances are you're going to have Aveline in your party anyway.
Yeah. Fenris was my warrior, but yes, Aveline's the compulsory one this time.
Well, she's also a better tank than Fenris.
I had multiple mages. I was a mage, so I could stone skin and heal.
Healing doesn't exist in this game.
The spirit healer.
If you pick that as one of your classes for Hawke, you're a moron.
Yeah, so it was because Hawke gets 2. I was force mage and spirit healer.
Yeah, but who puts points into it?
Well, once I put the points into force mage, yeah.
You're a moron. Anyway, you have a conversation with the Arishok, and I believe you can outright just tell him that, oh, by the way, Isabella has it.
Yeah, and that boosts his respect point for the last time, pretty much.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
There's some fugitive elves that are they're taking sanctuary in the Canary compound.
Yeah, this is part of the problem, isn't it? Because the Arishok is effectively forming an army, or rather levying forces outside of his already well-trained Kunari warriors. There's two elves taking sanctuary, as you say, and the Arishok goes, hey, tell these motherfuckers why you're seeking sanctuary. And they murdered a guy because the guy tried to rape their sister. And when they reported it, the authorities basically went, we don't care, you're just elves. And
it's worse than that, he was a guard.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a guard. Yeah, so the guy that did the rape was a guard, and so the authorities doing nothing about it is them covering for another guard, and that's when they took the matters into their own hands and murdered him themselves.
Yeah. But yeah,
Aveline goes, that doesn't excuse murder, and you can just go, yes, it does.
Well, the annoying thing is like, if the it's really annoying, isn't it? Because if Aveline knew, that wouldn't have happened. But Aveline can't be everywhere at once. And I am not one to go Aveline is right in this scenario, despite the fact thinking that fundamentally, if Aveline was every single guard, then Aveline would be correct. However, that's not true.
Yeah, and the fact that this happened means that Aveline is a paragon among guard and not a baseline. If you agree with her, you get friendship, and if you call her out on it, you get rivalry. I was never more proud to get a bad result than now.
I mean, here's the thing, is if this was a court case in Britain, this would almost certainly go down as a crime of passion.
Yeah.
So there's leniency involved. However, we're dealing with a medieval-based justice system at best.
Yeah, I think the crime of passion needs to be more in the moment. This is very definitely it becomes premeditated once you leave and come back.
Well, to a certain degree, but bear in mind, the only reason they came back is because the authorities refused to act. So you could say that was spur of the moment, because the thing that spurred them on was being laughed away.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, I'm not, I want to point out, I am not a lawyer. Do not try this. But you got to bear in mind as well that this is. I highly doubt they had you being judged by your peers in Kirkwall. It would definitely be like a single judge just being like, this is what I've decided, and that's a corrupt system in its own right. Japan. Anyway, the Arishok will eventually ask Hawke, hey, what should I do? And there's really no good answer here, because it doesn't matter what you pick.
Well, normally you can tell the Arishok, no, you keep them, and that gets respect points. Yeah, if you're aggressive, you also get respect points for telling him aggressively, give them here.
Yeah, but again, my point being that it doesn't actually, this choice is a nothing choice, because no matter what you pick, no matter what happens, the result is the same.
Yeah, he's determined to defend the 2 Vidathari.
But more importantly than that, he's decided that he can't stay here any longer, but he also can't go back home. He doesn't have the relic, which, by the way, is bullshit, because if you send him home with the relic and Isabella, he still gets fucking shit canned, so who gives a fuck? Anyway,
that's between games.
This starts the invasion of Kirkwall.
Yeah, so he's like, fuck this all, I'm making you all Kunari, I'm making you all Vidathari, I'm turning you all to the Kun, and yes, it's the assault of Kirkwall.
Yeah, this is a really boring version of this mechanic, because they go to this well almost all the time in Dragon Age. There's always a city and you're having a fight in the city. It's not great. I think the coolest thing that happens in this is the set piece where you meet Meredith.
Yeah, is that where she's like kicking ass?
Kind of. You end a fight. I think it's in the later half of the area, so it'll be in Hightown because you're making your way to the keep. And after you finish a fight,
one of the mages,
Sarabas, the guys that have their mouths sewn shut but can use magic, basically ambushes you, only for Meredith to use her Templar bullshit to dispel the magic, which is super cool, and then decimate this fucker.
Yeah, it just guts him. Yeah.
But it's such an important scene because it's showing you that, hey, the Templars are still defending the city.
Yeah, and they're good at dealing with mages. Hint, hint.
In case you didn't play Origins.
Yeah. If you have Bethany still around, then Orsino is probably going to be kicking about with... Bethany's probably kicking about with Orsino if Bethany is a circle mage at this point.
Otherwise, you just get Orsino.
Yeah, so it feels like this is the last time that Orsino and Meredith really do see eye to eye, because they are fighting something that is bigger than both of themselves, and then it seems like their blood pressure never comes down after this.
Okay, let's not beat around the bush here. We cannot deny the fact that the Red Lyrium idol is a hell of a factor as well, because that is influencing Meredith the entire time up to this point.
Totally.
It's not
because she's got it by this point, ain't she?
It's implied that she doesn't get it until after Bartrand, so she would have only just gotten it, so it's not really done anything to her yet.
Yeah, so she's got it from Bartrand. Bartrand is already crazy, and you've dealt with him already, as we've discussed. So yeah, she's got it. It's the world's most dangerous paperweight until she gets it forged into the Red Lyrium sword.
Yeah, that's really when it goes proper fucking off the deep end. Rick, I've got a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Whose plan did you go for?
Ooh, I probably went with Orsino because I'm, I was a mage.
Okay.
You can also be diplomatic and tell them to stop arguing. So I think I actually did that, to be honest. No, you have to be diplomatic for that. I was silly.
Yeah, so you get to choose between Meredith or Orsino's plan. And Orsino's plan is technically better because I believe it lets you skip an encounter.
Yeah, it does. Actually, no, yeah, then I might have picked Meredith because it's the simplest. I just assumed that Orsino's might not work.
Orsino's does work.
It does. Yeah. Like, both of the plans work because there are hostages. The whole point is you do one or the other to stop the hostages being killed. So I just went with Meredith because it was the most direct option. Yeah. Orsino
and Meredith both prove that, yes, they are in charge for a reason.
Yeah.
Rick, I've got another question for you. At what time do you think the Kunari had to set traps for you once you entered the keep?
Oh, the traps were always there. They just were recognizing you as friends because traps are, of course, sentient.
Bullshit. Yeah, I don't mind the ambush so much, but bullshit, did they have enough time to rush the keep, take the city, and set up traps and stuff?
Yeah.
Also, they're Kunari. Shouldn't they be against such cowardly tactics?
Yeah, but by the same token, half of the traps are Gatlock, and using Gatlock it overrides any form of cowardice.
I don't think they are, though. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I think they're just like freaking tripwires or whatever, aren't they?
But yes, anyway, you finally get to have your encounter with the Arishok, and assuming that you've been friendly, well, not even friendly, got a high enough relationship score with Isabella or fucking her, she'll come back to give the relic to the Arishok.
Yeah. So I was both. So, technically not both. I had a one-night stand with Isabella because that just happens when you get to high enough friendship.
Well, it doesn't just happen, does it, Rick? You have to choose for it to happen.
Okay. You have to push her off.
You can't pretend you did it accidentally.
Yeah, you have to push her off for it not to happen. If you're not in a relationship, then it's a freebie, and you get to tell her, yeah, this was fun, and not make it permanent, and then you can romance anyone else, no worries. So I'd had my one night stand with Isabella and was still friendly with her, so she did come back.
You could, and then the Arishok does the most ludicrous thing ever that never works on anybody, and says, "Cool, I also need you to give me the girl," and it's like, no, fuck off. Why? I don't mind even Hawke says, "You have your relic, leave."
Yep. If you, no matter what track you're on with Isabella, as long as you say that you're not giving her over one way or the other, you get more of the type of thing that she is. So if you're on friendship, she gives you plus friendship. If you're on rivalry, she gives you on plus rivalry. So either way, you get the thing that you wanted it to be.
Well, that makes sense, because it would be really annoying if you were rivals with her and stuck up for her, and all of a sudden she gives you plus friendship points, because then that annoyingly actually takes takes you more to the middle.
Yeah. The funniest bit is you can tell the Arishok, I will punish her. And I love the idea that on friendship she goes, kinky. And on rivalry she just takes it at face value. But yes.
Sexy spankings will be had by all.
Yes. I think this is the last time you can earn respect points.
I don't think that's true. I think at this point you're done.
Yeah. So the respect points here is if you've got the correct amount, then he will have the duel with you.
Or you can bypass that entirely by having Fenris in the party.
Oh, yeah. If you don't have the correct amount, he will just send a bunch of mooks after you first, and then you beat them, and then you talk to him. But yeah, Fenris, like as you say, you can. He gets the chance to arrange it for you.
That's what you said is not true. He doesn't just send a bunch of mooks to you and mooks at you and then talks to you. If you there's no duel, then he fights you with a bunch of dudes.
Right. Okay. So yeah, but the Fenris thing is similar to the Isabella one, where you get plus 10 of whatever track you're on for him organising the duel.
Okay.
Plus 10 friendship or plus 10 rivalry if... oh, wait, no. He's rival. It's only rivalry if you refuse.
Right, cool. So yeah, Fenris can arrange a duel for you. And more importantly, if the Arishok says, I will duel you, Hawke, Isabella will go, fuck that. Because if you remember people who play Dragon Age Origins, she is a duelist. That is her class. She's
her class is duelist. Yeah. So if you're a support mage, then... by all means, take Isabella to do it.
Yeah, except you can't. You have to do it as Hawke. This isn't Dragon Age Origins. Hawke has to do this fight.
Yeah.
That being said, why would you make your main character be a support class?
Yeah. So the Arishok doesn't actually die in the fight. He becomes an ally once you've got him down to enough health, and he just kind of drops down to his knee, and then you get cutscenes instead. So you never get to loot him.
Fine. You still get the champion title for this feat.
You do. And that it promotes you from just Hawke to damn near Viscount status.
Yeah, there's no real Viscount in Chapter 3. It's the Seneschal kind of is acting Viscount, but no one likes him.
Yeah, and a lot of people around town are basically rallying around you because you are the champion of Kirkwall at this point.
Yeah, and you get this line which always stuck out to me because it wasn't until... It was so weird because up until this point I'd never heard the word in this context before, despite knowing it could be used in that context, and that was Cassandra declares the moment as romantic.
Oh, okay. So it's romance that's not that kind of romance.
Well, because Rick, I'll tell you what, if it's not my favourite book, it's up there. It's Romance of the Three Kingdoms. It's a romance. It's a genre of story, and romance doesn't mean romantic as in these two people fall in love and fuck. Romantic just means a romanticised tale.
It's not batting eyelashes and grand gestures. It's, as you say, it's a kind of far-fetched epic. But yes, I forget the actual wording the Arishok used. But yeah, it's you get the worthy rival achievement for getting his respect. And it's like something along the lines of, you should all look around and see what respect actually looks like as he walks towards you for the one-on-one duel.
I can tell you what his dying words are.
Go ahead. I am the dead, Blurg.
No, but for real though, the Arishok is such a two-dimensional villain.
Yeah.
I don't like the Arishok. He could have been so much better.
He could have, but, I still think he was the most impactful. I think he's the most impactful character in Dragon Age 2. Yes, really? Meredith ends it, but I think the Arishok is actually the most interesting villain here.
You're boring. That's fine. That's what we found out about you today.
Yeah, but then again, we got 2 warrior villains and 1 mage villain. So, unless you're saying the Arishok, because he's got his 2 big swords, is technically a rogue villain.
Well, the rogue villain's Bartrand.
Yeah, and he doesn't even really properly fight you.
Well, no.
Yeah, he's a merchant villain. He's the NPC villain. He gets everyone else to fucking do it for him.
So, time to wrap up, shall we?
Yeah. So, from Act 2, do you have a favourite moment?
I honestly think it's Fainreal's quest, because it's probably the most interesting that's not compulsory. It's almost mind-blowing that you can just skip it.
Yeah, gets it. And yeah, like you say, the one of the biggest things that everyone one always remembers is, I like big boats and I cannot lie.
It's so stupid.
Yes, and yet, if you didn't bring Isabella along for that, you missed out. I also took Meryl at the same time, so it was Isabella and Meryl in that quest for me.
Yeah, God help you if it was Isabella and Aveline, because that means only one of them gets picked, and I'm pretty sure Isabella gets prioritised.
Yeah, so you better hope you've got a third person that can be your on the other side, because, you then miss out on the pride side otherwise.
But this quest is universally an Anders bring for me, even before I knew Anders was good. Anders knows shit! Also, I played Awakening, so I liked Anders.
Yeah, this is one of the few times that Justice actually, or Vengeance...
Oh, no, Justice at this point.
He still calls himself Justice at this point, yeah. Yeah, it's one of the few times that Justice actually, surfaces and, has proper dialogue, because they are still separate people now at this point. They've not bonded yet.
Yeah, they're in the fade, so Justice is in complete control during this segment, more or less. But anyway, Rick, names are first.
Yeah, well... As much as you're calling me a bitch for it, and a boring one at that, I do think that the favourite moment is the culmination of everything when you get to the Arishok's throne compound, have your confrontation with him, Isabella coming back as a big damn hero, against her better judgment, furious with herself that she's been infected by your heroic morals, and furious even more still that she likes you enough to do so.
Yeah, it's really interesting that she has that sort of line of thinking, even if she's not romancing you. But yeah, the reason why the moment falls flat is because even now, looking back at it, it's just it could have been so much better.
Maybe so, but I guess that's the point of it being rushed. That, yeah, if they gave it another year, they could have polished so much, a lot more. But it feels like EA wanted, they were trying to mass produce lightning in the bottle. But yes, those are our favourites. Do you have a weakest link today?
It's kind of difficult because Dragon Age 2 is a game I enjoy, and I believe I even gave the weakest link to in one of the parts to being it's a great game, I just wish it wasn't Dragon Age 2. I will continue to bitch about all of the side quests being so uninteresting. No, in no small part because almost all of them take place in the same two environments.
Yeah. Yeah, upper Kirkwall, lower Kirkwall, and a secret third one, which is just the bone pit.
Yeah, if you keep saying the secret third one, it loses all meaning, because you use that phrase 10 times today.
Yeah, it's the bone pit.
It's not... cave, building... I'm not even counting High Town and Low Town. Those are just those maps. You have to use those the entire fucking game.
Yeah, it's cave, building, and outside. Ugh.
And yeah, it is amusing to think that the meta reason why that is because Varric is telling the story to Cassandra, and he's saying...
She doesn't have a lot of imagination.
Well, it's less that and more that Varric just goes, we go into a cave. You've seen caves, they all look the same. And that's why all the caves look the same. It's because that's what Varric said. But as fun as that is as an explanation, no, it's just boring and lame. And there's so many side quests and non-important missions that just get completely forgotten because they are immemorable. Not least because they don't mean anything, but because even the environments didn't matter. They weren't distinct. I'm not going to say Dragon Age Origins was perfect about that, but at least all the areas looked fucking different.
Yeah, when you had different towns, they looked like different places. You go to Orzammar, you go to Denerim, they look different. You go to the Dalish camp, it looks different.
So yeah. Rick, how about you?
It's probably literally the same thing.
Rick didn't have one.
The reason we skipped over so many of the side quests is because of this. So, okay, then I'm going to give it to something slightly different. I'm going to give it to the fact that no matter what you do, it doesn't really change anything in this act. You can do your damnedest.
Next act.
Yeah, you can do your damnedest to stop the serial killings, and it still culminates in Deus Ex Machina. Shit goes bad for you personally.
Hey, is that the script?
Yeah.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the well and ruin that joke, but literally, a lot. Dragon Age in particular got so much praise for. Oh, look at how varied your choices could end up. And when it was just Dragon Age Origins, that was almost correct because you could heavily influence the ending slides based on your decisions throughout the game. The moment they made it into a sequel, it immediately dropped the ball and the illusion was shattered.
Yeah, especially since you know that it ends before the story that Varric is telling starts, and by that point, I'm pretty sure they knew they were doing a third one.
Maybe.
So they were gearing it up for a continuation one way or another.
Yeah.
And Empire Strikes Back or Mass Effect 2, this is not.
What is it that I keep saying, and then you come in with the 1-2 punch of just burying burying it, where it's like, could have solved all these problems, couldn't we, Rick, by not calling it Dragon Age 2? What would you have called it?
Yeah, Dragon Age Kirkwall Chronicles.
Yeah, and that would have fixed almost... Alright, it wouldn't have magically made the game perfect, but, a lot of my gripes with it would have gone away.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think they learned from that, because every other Dragon Age is called something rather than a number.
We're gonna pretend Veilguard don't exist for that?
It's called Veilguard, it's not 4.
Yeah, I know, but it's still shit, is my point.
Okay. Like, I didn't say they were all good. Inquisition was maligned when it was new, and it's been vindicated by Veilguard being worse.
I think Inquisition was a godsend compared to 2 when it first came out. I didn't like the combat. I didn't like the combat change, but whatever, I got over it.
Yeah. Even 2's been kind of vindicated in retrospect because of how bad Veilguard ended up being.
Rick, if you go back to our first episode of the Deep Dive, I believe I introduced it as no longer the worst Dragon Age game.
Yeah. It's the Revenge of the Sith of Dragon Age. Yeah.
Not sure about that one.
Nah, it's Attack of the Clones of Dragon Age.
No. We watched that for the podcast. It's shit.
Yeah, but Rise of Skywalker.
I don't think I've watched that one.
Yeah, no, you haven't. The Last Jedi. Yeah, you've not watched The Last Jedi or The Rise of Skywalker. They're both worse than The Force Awakens.
Well, no, we've got a mutual friend that made me watch the first 2 of that new trilogy.
Oh, you watched the first 2? Okay.
And they said, yeah, you need to watch these 2 so we can watch the third one. And I got past the first one of that trilogy and I went, well, that was fucking awful. Yeah, cool, we're going to watch the second one now. And I was like, oh, Christ, okay. And he went, cool, aren't you hyped for the next one? I went, I'm not fucking watching it.
Yeah, The Last Jedi, probably the worst Star Wars movie they've ever made.
I don't even know which one it is. Is it 7 or 8 or 9?
That's 8. Last Jedi is 8, and 9 is Rise of Skywalker.
That's the one I haven't seen.
Yeah, so that's one you've not seen. So, yeah, they're... Yeah.
Rick's mad.
Yeah. Dragon Age 2 gets the Attack of the Clones treatment in that people thought it was the worst, and then a worst comes out and goes, oh, maybe it wasn't that bad in retrospect.
It's still pretty bad.
Yeah. But yes, our nice finale. Do you have an MVP today?
I'm going to give it to... I think he's on for a hat-trick at this point. I'm going to give it to Varric, because he continues to be one of the most entertaining NPCs, and every time we cut to him while he's telling the story, he is fantastic. I absolutely adore the fact that he gets all timid when private matters come up, and Cassandra has to go, hey, fucking stop bullshitting for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Varric is already bullshitting when he's telling the story to Cassandra. And the fact that he bullshits so hard, even Cassandra can smell it.
Yep, absolutely. And, to her credit, she is a seeker. Like,
yeah.
She knows how to navigate bullshit.
Yeah, but, just, again, compare the 2 moments, right? Because you got the moment where she goes, bullshit, that didn't happen, to, at the end of this chapter, where, I don't know if I believe this, it sounds so romantic. Like, she's falling into his web, but she didn't at that point, because it's like, no, that's too outlandish, no one can believe that. Yeah.
I would totally believe a Varric x Cassandra, enemies to lovers.
That would be awful. No.
If it weren't for the fact that you play a character, Inquisitor, can romance Cassandra instead.
No, because I don't. If anything, it sounds like Cassandra's falling for Hawke.
Yeah, and then she gets to go out with Hawke's spiritual successor, the Inquisitor.
Yeah. How about you, Rick? Who's your MVP?
As much as I want to give it to Leandra because of how much she's
barely in it.
Exactly right. How much she encapsulates what Act 2 is. It's like a spiral towards hopelessness that culminates in a finale eventually. I'm going to have to give it to Isabella because she delivers my 2 favourite moments other than that, in that we have I Like Big Boats and I Cannot Lie and her coming back furious at herself, and it's just such a great moment for her as a character, and after this she doesn't matter.
Rick, does this strike you as a character who would insist that she has to do 30 burpees because she misgendered someone once? The answer's
no. I think she'd just slap Tash on the back and say, shit, I owe you a beer.
I don't think she'd even do that. I think she'd just be like, shit happens. Don't get me wrong, I don't think people should be misgendering folk, but Isabella is a bad example of a character because she does not give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of all the people to give a fuck, it's not Isabella.
God damn, just pick anyone else.
Yeah.
Anyway, character assassinations, right? Aren't they cool?
Yeah. So, if you liked the episode, there is a comment section down below on YouTube. Tell us what you liked from the middle part of Dragon Age 2. Tell us what you didn't like. Tell us what you liked about our statements and our opinions thereof. And give us shit for things that you didn't like. That's fine too. If you don't have the email section down below, you've got the comment section on YouTube. I mean, fucking what? If you don't have the comment section down below on YouTube, you instead have an email which would go to...
Review nonsense. Oh, fuck. No, nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Yeah, send it to the email section.
Or don't.
As always, if you've made it this far, you are our favourite people. It's going to be a goodbye from me.
Yep, see you guys. Don't forget, if you're on the YouTube, to toss us a like and subscribe. Apparently it helps. And apparently by saying that word, it lights up.
Yeah, it goes glowy. You get the animation. Subscribe. We don't say it at the beginning because we know it's annoying. Bye!